Less than 17, prime number. It's awesome. 10001. Crunch. Hey, let me quickly go over the answer to the hanging question, and that was that expression that we could evaluate had like 5 things in it. So I've set that one up, and I'm looking for an answer, and I have set M, N, P, X, and Y to the numbers there that we had on the little sliders. Here we go. Maybe you tried it. You tried it. You didn't try it. Try it. Hit pause. 3, 2, 1. Last one. There we go. I'm going to do some math here. 9 times 2 times 1 is 18. 3 times 4 times 1. And 2 times 3 times 2 times 3, or 2 squared, 3 squared. 9 times 4 is 36. There's 30. 30 and 36 is... Is that what you got? If not, don't give yourself a prize. Try it again. See what you get. And now on to other things. Today we're going to be translating. We're going to be like when you're in Spanish, you try to say something in English, or English and you don't go into Spanish. Today we're going to go from words in English to symbols in math, or from symbols in math to words in English. See that double-headed arrow there? It goes both ways, folks. It goes both ways. So let's start with a chart. Okay, let's start with a chart. There we go. Might want to hit pause and copy down something in your notebook that looks like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? Pause is a beautiful thing. And we're going to just take the operations of adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. We're going to throw some words in there, maybe write some phrases, the ways that you could say it, different ways. And one thing I want you to do in your work is to practice saying these operations in different ways. Instead of just saying 4 added to 3, or P added to something something, or saying the word plus. Plus is not an operation. I plussed it, or I minused it. Please don't say that. Not around your mother. Righty then. Let's get some things here on the board. Words for addition. Words for addition. Well, you could say plus. That's boring, though. It's like saying said all the time. Then they said, and then he said. So what do we do instead of that? We say, then they're like, and then he was like, and then they're all like. And that's like, cool. You can use the word total. That indicates addition has happened. You can say something is a certain amount more than. You can use the word something being added. What's the answer to an addition problem? You could say the sum of, and then list a couple of numbers, increased, say stuff like that. Now, what would that look like in a phrase? You would say 4 added to, and then you got your mystery thing, a number. You could say 4 and a number sums to, or you could say the sum of 4 more than a number. You could say it lots of different ways. So what would all those kinds of things look like? They'd be something like this, or like that. Those would be ways of expressing it. Subtraction words. Difference. Less. Minus. Decreased by. Less than. phrase. Let's use our 4 again. 4 less than a number. The difference between, or the difference of, difference. Between the difference of, a number decreased by 4. There's lots of different ways. It's describing whatever it is, and maybe the thing is, let's see if it's this one, 4 less than a number. The difference between 4 and a number might be this. Translated into math. Multiplication words, I'll leave these, keep these kind of things for something else. The answer to a multiplication problem is a product. You can say times, but don't use that too much. Or multiplied. Or you can say, that's about all I can think of right now. Division, quotient, you can say fraction, you can say ratio, you can say divided by, you can just use the word by, and that means division. Divided into. All those are good expressions in words for a particular type of math. Quotient of two numbers, you could say quotient of 2 and x. You could say 3 divided by m. You could say r divided by s. The quotient of t and m is t divided by m. Now you want to have those things handy. This would be a good thing to just keep in your notebook so that you can refer to it and use a variety of expressions when you're going from math to words or you're looking for specific phrases. We could also put in here another category, and that would be equivalence. Equivalence. Equals is the same as is means equals. What else? Total sum is equal. All right, so what we want to do is we want to go back and forth between math and words. Okay, we're going to go one direction, then we're going to go the other direction, but please be creative and please don't always use the same thing over and over again like you're reading it like a kindergartner where you're sounding out the words. Okay, you're going to use your creativity mathematically. Okay, how about these things? Put these on for size. Try them on for size. I'm going to show you there. In about 5 seconds, hit pause, try them, and I'll talk you through it. Right, okay. So what I like to do is just like to start circling or underlining or even highlighting if you've got highlighters and you've got it written down. And then just picking the pieces out and then trading out the word for the operation or what's going on there. So on the first one, I see the word product. Product. And that tells me that there's going to be multiplication. Another clue here is of. Of is a multiplying word. Okay? Of is multiplication. Product of tells me there's going to be multiplying. What's going to be multiplied? 7 and t. I don't want to put a plus here. It's not the product of the sum of 7 and 3. It's 7 and t. It's the product of 7 and t. 7 times t. 7 times t. You can even have a t and a 7. All those would work. Okay, that's the product. Second one's got decreased by. That means subtraction. Z is being decreased by 9. Z is the bigger number, whatever it happens to be, but we're going to take 9 away from it. Z minus 9. This one says the total of, which tells me addition. and it even has the word and. So we have the total of m and 10. Then this one, I threw this one in, the ratio. The ratio. Cats to monkeys. Cats to monkeys. Now here we can go ahead and start with this, cats divided by monkeys, because ratio means fraction, means divided by. But we might even want to represent those as symbols, maybe a C for cat and an M for monkey, and just break it down to its simplest potential form. Got a lot of things there to sort out, but you've got a list now of you got a list of particular phrases and things that it might be. So put your thinking cap on. You're going to have to use that vocabulary you learned back in 3rd and 4th grade about operations, about addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Remember all the parts. You have addends, subtractand, subtrahends, all that kind of stuff. Quotients, all those words. Now you're using them. Okay. Let's do some going the other direction. Now I'll put up some and make you think about how you might say the algebraic expression. I got 4 algebraic expressions here. Take a moment, hit pause, copy them down, and then what I'd like you to do is to come up with 2 or 3 different ways to say these with words. Different ways. Not the same, different. Go ahead and copy them down, hit pause. Okay, here we go. Anytime I got x, I can call it a number. I can call it x, but I can call it a number. All right, I can just substitute it that, and you can pick whatever number you want to. So I might say a number and 15, or I might say the sum of x and 15, or I use the word plus. This one about quotient of 21 and z, or how about the ratio 21 to z, or 21 divided by z. All those work, sound good to me. But this one here, make it long, we have a sum of 2v and 1. We could have 2v plus 1. We could have twice of v added to 1. I'm trying to be creative here. 2 times v plus 1 is pretty boring, but it would count, but you want to come up with some other ways of saying it. And then this last one here, I might say a third of a plus 4. Or how about 1/3 times a plus 4. Or the sum of 1/3 a and 4. You're going to find lots of different ways to say these things. Use your creativity, please. I'm going to be grading it. Make me excited to do this for you. Okay? 18's coming up right away.